People-pleasing is a relatively new phrase in pop psychology used to describe an older concept that's been understood for a while called codependency. You can hear this being described in other ways, oftentimes as highly sensitive people or empaths, where those in the environment in a chaotic family system, especially the children when we have less control, are prone to developing hypervigilance about what other people feel, especially those that are upset, and being dissociated or disconnected from our own needs and feelings. We practice this over time, and then when we get stressed out, if we don't change this going into adulthood, we continue being prone to being highly attuned to those who are upset and intend on underfunctioning and taking advantage of the resources that we have access to. So if you want this to change, you're watching the right video. Here are 6 steps that you need to take to make that happen from a licensed therapist, certified trauma professional, and a people pleaser in recovery myself. First, you have to realize and accept that you have more choices than you're giving yourself credit for. Yes, the current thoughts, feelings, and behavior patterns falling within your comfort zone are automatic, but they didn't start off that way, they were learned. Self-awareness is the first step for learning something different so you can change that. Second, if you don't define who you are, the world will do it for you. So identify your own values, prioritize them, and then set some boundaries based on honoring them. This act of self-love is likely to be met by resistance from people who previously benefited from your lack of boundaries. Regardless of the nature of the relationship previously, anyone that you hear this from probably deserves less access to you. Third, a recovering people pleaser must create new habits to structure social interaction away from the old habits of giving too much. Skills like delaying saying yes and saying no without an apology require practice and repetition to replace old habits. Let me know in the comments section if you'd like a specific video about some of those statements with examples that can be helpful to you. Fourth, no matter how excited you are to make these changes, start small. Accept that this will be difficult because it's outside of your comfort zone, so will be coupled with anxiety. That's natural. But if it gets to be so much that you are getting immobilized, let's cut down these goals to more achievable and bite-sized chunks so you can develop a better balance of momentum for you. Remember, this is progress, not perfection. Fifth, it's time to introduce self-talk that can strategically correct the shame-based intrusive thoughts that come with pushing out of your comfort zone. This is your inner critic trying to psych you out and get you back to safety, but only you can take your power back. Mantras like, "My voice and feelings matter," and "I'm lovable for being me, not what I can provide for others." Six, last but definitely not least, keep a personal development log to document the times that you didn't fall into the old people-pleasing patterns. First, you can refer to it in times that you need a boost of confidence. You can also consider deconstructing those solutions so you can more clearly identify what is working, and then double down that bet on yourself.